Hey, what's up guys? Jake here getting this new game called Purrfect Date. It's about dating cats, I think. So we're gonna fucking go and start a new game here. It's broken up in chapters apparently. We get to pick our character. We're gonna be this person. And her name is Sabecca. Got it. It's almost too easy. Autosave. Great. I know how to autosave. That is an adorable cat. I hope I get to date him. Or something not weird. Chapter 1. Here we go. Not sure how long we've been sailing, but it feels like forever. I'm not feeling too well now, so it's a huge relief to hear the deck lad shout. Island approach. Make yourselves ready. Oh, hi, Joe. It's finally here. You know, when I applied last month, I was just another broke student living off baked beans. I didn't really think I'd have a chance of being accepted to be part of the prestigious Cat Island research team. Yet here it is. The little black dot in the distance, growing bigger by the second, is the infamous Cat Island, the place I will call home for the next few months. My heart momentarily skips a beat. What if there's been a mistake? What if they accepted someone else's application and accidentally sent the offer to me? I rummage about in my bag until I find the papers. Okay, it was a blank piece of paper, then it wasn't. Dear Sabecca, we are pleased to be able to offer you the position of research assistant to Professor Popper at our research facility on Cat Island. This position will be for an initial period of 8 weeks. Your contract will be sent separately. We look forward to working with you. Yours sincerely, Professor Popper, PhD. Cool. Nope, no mistake, that's my name. Not many people named Sabecca. Right there in the top left corner, Sabecca. And there's his name at the bottom, the genius behind the whole operation. Professor Popper, science genius and my new boss, and hopefully, a cat. I look up from my papers to see dry land rapidly approaching before us. It seems to be surrounded by a huge barrier of impenetrable black rocks. As we get closer, we're not slowing down. And I begin to worry we're about to crash into them. And at the very last minute, we take a sharp turn to the left, and suddenly we're sailing smoothly towards a jetty in the opening of the rocks. I blow out the breath I'd been holding and break into a smile. Nicely done, Skipper! The ferryman comes out from behind the steering wheel, ignoring my attempts at camaraderie, and shouts rather brusquely. Yeah, take all your belongings. We won't be back for days, so don't leave nothing you don't need. Oh, thank you! I smile weakly at the ferryman and his son pick up my bags ready to disembark. We glide seamlessly up the wooden jetty, and the son leaps ashore to tie us off. He's greeted by a bulky man in uniform, who I take to be a security officer of some kind. Joe? Sir, you caught a mouse. And then he laughs loud, as if it's the funniest thing he's ever heard. It's very concerning. The security guard remains surly and turns attention to me. Let's be having you then. He holds out his large hand, which I assume is an offer to help me out the boat, but as I reach out to take it, he snatches it away, throwing me off balance, so that I almost fall over to the side. What a great start. ID card? Oh, I see, of course. I reach in my back pocket and hand over the laminated card I was given on the mainland. Where is it? This is it. Wow, I look really, really good. That was a joke. We look terrible. I hope I couldn't edit that. Because I didn't. I just left it blank. It's fine, probably. He barely looks at it before striding off, grunting over his shoulder. This way! Oh, look, a forest. I found down a dirt track path and get my first proper view of the island. It's beautiful, lush, and green. I'm already under its spell. I turn into a cat. After no more than a couple of minutes of trekking, we're in base camp, which consists of an assortment of tents and huts. Among them are 2 more solid-looking structures, one larger one and one smaller one. I presume those are the labs. The whole camp is moderate but functional. It reminds me of an army outpost. I'm struck by the lack of people. In fact, there's no one around apart from an older woman sitting outside peeling a pile of potatoes. I smile and give her a little nod, but she just stares back at me. I try not to get paranoid. Here. He stopped at the largest of the tents, indicating I should go inside. I feel rude just walking in, so I make my presence known first. Hello? A firm but friendly voice calls out, Come. I walk in and there he is, hunched over some documents. The great Professor Popper. He's not a cat, you can't fool me. Sir, it's an honor to meet you. Yes, you must be Sabecca. Come in, my dear. So good to have you on board. Good journey? Well, long. Yes, indeed. We're rather tucked away here. Let me offer you some refreshment. Water, coffee, something stronger perhaps. Whiskey. Well, it would be rude to let you drink whiskey on your own, my dude. Well, I mean, if you're having one, it would be rude to let you drink whiskey on your own. Jolly good. I can tell you and I are going to get along famously. He takes a swig from the bottle and passes it to me. That's bold, my friend. I try not to show my self-consciousness and surreptitiously wipe the neck with my sleeve before taking a modest sip. It will take you a while to find your way around and discover how it all works. So for today, I thought I would just get you kitted out and maybe introduce yourself to some of the locals. The cats, that is. I believe you've already met most of the human locals. Oh, I've only met the ferryman and the security guard who brought me here. Yes, that's about it, actually. And the lady outside? Oh, Miss Marigold! Her and her husband are the caretakers. Wonderful couple, the Marigolds. You'll meet them before long. We're a tidy little family here, Rebecca. I'm sure you'll fit in nicely. Oh, thank you, sir. I certainly hope so. Okay, so first things first. This is your basic kit. He begins to go through a pile of things on his desk, explaining them each in turn. This is your backpack. You can put everything in it. I know how a backpack works, actually. We'll be going on plenty of field trips, so it will be very useful. As will your own water bottle, some disinfected tan spray. These are heavy-duty reinforced gloves, which are essential when tagging cats out in the wild. Don't want any scratches from felines we don't know now, do we? I suppose not. I shove each item into my new backpack as he gives them to me. Likewise, these goggles ought to be brought along on all field trips. This lot here indicates a small pile of what looks like laundry. It is basic uniform, lab coats, masks, stethoscope, etc., etc. Portable first aid kit, camping knife with all tool attachments. Finally, and without a doubt, most importantly, a bottle of whiskey. This isn't whiskey. He holds up something that looks a little bit like a mobile phone, except it's not. This is your catalog. Oh, did you think of that yourself? I bet you're very proud. Catalog? Yes, the name comes from its earliest version. It was initially designed to record and store data on the cats, scan them, log their details, but as you can see, we've come a long way since then. Now you can use it to communicate with the rest of our team. I've edited everyone's contact details for you. Listen to music, take photos. There's even a pen that comes out with it to insert microchips in the back of the cat's neck so we can keep track of them. It's a very valuable piece of equipment, Rebecca. I need you to protect it above all else. Do you understand? Yeah. He's looking me directly in the eye and clearly expects a response. Yes, sir, of course. I'll look right after it. Good! You'll get to know all the functions as you go along, but for now I suggest we take a small stroll and see if we can't find a few friends to introduce you to so that you can try it out. He hands me the gizmo and I feel a bit nervous taking charge of it, but also really keen to have a go. Okay. Cool. Oh, we're saving with a disco cat. Excellent. What are our stats? Bad. We head down to the beach, the professor explaining things as we go. The mixture of terrain on Cat Island is quite unique. Even in such a relatively small area, you'll find forests, mountains, jungle, beaches, woodland. All the different geological and ecological zones in one place. It really is most remarkable. It certainly is. Even the lack of wildlife is, in itself, quite remarkable. What do you mean, Professor? Well, put simply, there's a type of force field that surrounds the island, disallowing anything to enter except for your boat and cats. You mean literally anything? Absolutely. No birds, no fish, no creatures of any kind can penetrate it, except for you, apparently. Forgive my lack of intelligence on this subject, but, we're here, right? The professor lets out a disconcertingly loud laugh. Ah, I see what you mean. Good catch. I guess the force field is broken. Well, there is, of course, one small break in this invisible wall, and that's where we built the jetty. But let's not get too bogged down in all this right now. What you need to know is that, basically, the island is shaped like a peanut. Okay, cool. Good to know. He's picked up a nearby stick and draws a simple map in the sand. Hey, look, a peanut. The Czar end of the island is very known to us now. We've been researching here for many years. The other end is not so familiar. We've encountered difficulties that have hindered our progress in the region. Hello. What type of difficulties, Professor? What the fuck happened? That was weird. Well, we're not as sure as we'd like to be, but what I can tell you is that the environment had an adverse effect on humans, inducing nausea at the very least. And at the worst? Fainting, migraines, possible nerve damage. Gosh, that really is serious, sir. As I say, it's best to keep away, but let's not go into that now, my dear. You've had a long day. For now, let's just say we refer to the far end of the island as the Danger Zone, with good reason. Because it's a song, sir? I must ask you not to put yourself at risk by venturing beyond this mountain range here. He refers to the map once more, drawing a line just past the center and an X through the end section. Oh, hey. There are wild, aggressive cats out there. I wouldn't want you getting too close to them. Unlike our lovely fellows closer to home. He led me to a spot where a few cats are lounging about. What do you say we try out our catalog now, Rebecca? He swoops down and picks up one of the animals, a disgruntled-looking cat who is sleeping under the shade of a palm tree. Oh, he's adorable, kind of. The cat lets out a displeased mew, but he doesn't struggle. It's a large body, billowing with long orange fur. It just kind of hangs on the professor's arms in lazy resignation. Would you like to have a go at scanning this delightful chap? I find the on switch and somewhat timidly activate it. Okay, cool, it beeps. The gadget immediately comes to artificial life, emitting a boop 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 sound with a red pulsing light. I select the app labeled Cat Scan and it loads instantly. There's no delay on this thing. The professor holds the cat towards me with arms outstretched. I'm sure he said the scanning chip is implanted in the back of the neck somewhere, but it's difficult to find this one's neck amidst the thick cloud of fur. I blow to try to make a parting and press the catalog to its skin. It's a bit like scanning groceries in the supermarket where I used to work. That should do it! And he plops the marmalade Tom back into the shade. Sure enough, upon withdrawal, I find the cat's been successfully scanned. Cool, I have a Floofy Butt. His name's Floofy Butt, and he's 10 years old. You go, dude. Cool. Amazing! Clever, isn't it? A large part of your job here will be to tag and scan the cats, such as Mr. Floofy Butt here. But it looks like you have no problems at all in that area. Excellent work, Rebecca. Oh, thank you, sir. I can't wait to get started. Well, why don't you get a bit more practice with the catalog and scan the rest of them while we're here? These five spend a lot of time together. They're a bit like family, aren't you? Oh, yes, you are. The professor seems to be a genuine cat lover like me. I think we're gonna get on great. Okay, here goes. No help this time. The professor steps back. The first cat he approaches is very friendly, with beautiful calico markings. He comes toward me, already purring. Oh, you're adorable, Trixie. Meow. Bitch, got her. 3 years old. She is cute. Cool. Is this all this game is? Next is an elegant, sleek, careless cat sitting gracefully in the sun. She doesn't pay me much attention and allows me to scan her with minimal fuss. And what was her name? I didn't even read it. Snooty Booty. Fucking love it. 11 years old. What an old cat. The fourth cat I approach is a noisy one. Oh, McMurphy. Classic McMurphy. Oh, I love it. And finally, the one I've deliberately put off until last. He's been sulking around the edge of the activity, eyeing me suspiciously as though he could pounce at any moment. I laugh at myself projecting personalities onto these animals. Cool. Kibbles? Oh, he's cute too. They're all cute. All done. I hope you enjoyed meeting some of the locals. The professor lets out a little laugh. I have a feeling you'll get to know them quite well in time. That's probably enough for your first day, don't you think? It's quite a lot to take in. I'm suddenly exhausted and grateful to be heading back to camp. Cool. Are we winning? Did I do it? Are we a winner-winner chicken dinner? I think so. Wow, this place is a mess. It's quite late by the time I've unpacked and settled myself, but I want to write my journal entry before I sleep. I'm surprised how chilly it is. I pulled my sleeping bag right up to my chin, but I still feel goose pimples down my arms. Shivering, I rubbed them to warm myself up. Her arms. It makes me smile to think this inherent reaction on the cold as well will be keeping my new feline friends warm tonight. My eyelids close, thinking of cats on the island and the professor and cats. The world around me drifts away as I float up into a dream and snore, apparently. That's very attractive. What's happening? Please help. It's probably fine. This game's about cats and is adorable. I'm not sure how long I've been asleep, but I wake with a violent jolt that leaves me sitting bolt upright. It's too dark to see anything, but I hear rustling and a strange electronic noise. One that in my sleepy confusion I can't place right away. That's the catalog, my dude. The catalog! Acting on instinct, I scramble to my feet and follow the noise out of the tent. I look around me and my fears are confirmed when I catch sight of a pulsing red light, getting fainter in the direction of the forest. I snap into action, running as fast as I can. Barefoot, dressed in my pajamas, running at full speed in the forest in the dark of night. I must be crazy! The words of Professor Popper are ringing in my ears. I need you to protect it above all else. He's a ghost because he died tonight. Oh, wow, this is spooky. My legs are trembling beneath me. I stop feeling my heartbeat heavily through my body. Wheeze in and out, my breath billowing in front of me in white puffs. I shouldn't feel like this. Why am I so dizzy? I try to get my bearings and realize I've blundered perilously close to the danger zone. Oh, this looks good. I can't make out the shapes of some large animals in front of me before my eyes close and I drop to my knees. Please have mercy, kitty cats. This is probably fine, though. Oh my eyes, the calico cat I scanned yesterday is sitting in front of me. She drops the catalog at my feet. Oh, what a cutie patootie. I pass out. Damn it. We already lost. We were doing so good, too. I thought. I felt good about it. Hello, can you hear me?
Are you okay? What is it? Don't be ridiculous, Skibbles. It's a human.
Oh yeah, yuck, I can smell it now. It smells like a human.
Oh, do be quiet.
Are they alive?
Of course it's alive. It's breathing, you imbecile. Why isn't it moving then?
Man, I cannot keep these voices straight. There's a lot of cats.
Will you come and give him some space? Move back a bit.
Oh yes, do stand back. Move out of my way. Let me have a proper look. I begin to come to. The Sphinx cat standing over me has opened my eyes. We stare at each other for a moment while I try to take in what's happening. Is this one defective?
Oh, I feel sick. I'm gonna puke.
The cats watch me intently.
Am I going insane? Ow, my head!
What is it chattering about?
They're scared and confused. Let me talk to them. Human, are you alright? I remember. You took my catalog. But I gave it back to you. It's in your pocket now.
I try to reach into my pocket and realize my hands are scratched to shreds.
Ow, what the fuck, dude? Did you scratch my hands?
What's wrong with my hands? I try to stand.
Ow, my feet! What happened?
Yeah, I guess that's from all the climbing.
I told you it wasn't ready for that.
What's that? Ready for what?
Its anatomical structure is far too delicate. I tried to slow it down.
Yeah, Floop. You try restraining a human that's that determined.
It was like Margay. Its anatomical structure doesn't seem that delicate to me.
I was like, what? Doing what? You made your own way back to the beach.
Okay, but that doesn't really explain. I show my bleeding hands.
You crawled, Kara.
Kara? Who the fuck is Kara?
That is not my name. I'm Sabeka. It's a term of endearment. It's an Irish thing.
It's inappropriate.
Wait, I crawled? You sure did. Like a cat?
Yup. All the way from the mountains. Like a bleeding mountain lion. Impressive.
But why?
'Cause you got the sickness.
Shush. Maybe you should sit down, human. We need to have a talk, possibly a long one. A talk? Yeah, hey, that's right. Since when can cats talk?
Oh, for goodness sake! Since the dawn of time! How else do you think we communicate?
Oh, good point. I never thought of that. Split, and whiskers, Mayor. You know full well what the human's saying. I think the relevant here is Kara. You can understand us.
Yes, that too. Please explain to me what the hell is going on here. Well, we don't fully understand everything ourselves, at least not all the details of how this works.
I think being stood in a forest, surrounded by a bunch of talking cats, about as much detail as anyone will want. I agree. And more to the point, we were rather hoping you would be able to help us. You are the scientist, after all.
Well, we do know is the clock started ticking for you.
What do you mean? The clock is always ticking. Time marches inexorably on.
Well, there ain't no easy way to tell you this, Kara.
You'll be catified!
I'll be what?
Whether you help it or not, you don't have a lot of time before...
If I may. It would seem, and we're basing this on our experiences to date, that when a human manages to find themselves in what we believe you call the danger zone, they're vulnerable in many ways that they previously were not. That is to say...
You're screwed.
You're not helping. Don't make me... Whoa there, mountain lion. There'll be no violence of any kind. Forgive me for being a bit panicked here.
The vulnerability to which Snooty Booty was referring is, simply put, if you are bitten or scratched by an elder cat within the danger zone, you will begin the process of change that will ultimately result in full feline transition.
Catified.
So, basically, you're telling me I'm a werecat?
I look down. In amongst the scratches on my right hand are two distinct puncture marks. The reality of my situation descends on me like a cold mist.
Basically.
Yes. My head's spinning. This is too much for me to take in.
Alright, take a breath now, Kara. You ain't looking so good. What? Have I started to change?
I feel my head for ears, fur. Everything seems to be normal, though.
No.
I just meant you looking a bit shaky. Understandably so. I take a few deep, steady breaths and calm myself enough to say,
okay, so? Why, how, and what? Give me some data. What do you got so far? Look, we'll answer everything we can, but the truth is, we have more questions than answers ourselves. So, you're saying you need my help. What exactly would that entail?
Well, find your friends would be a start.
The cats on this island, they're going missing. I don't know what's happening to them, but the body count is rising. We've hit a wall.
A wall of ignorance, maybe. How many times must I tell you? The Muellers are to blame.
Muellers.
Now, Floofy Booty, there is no need for name-calling.
Speaking of
Name-calling, I'll remind you to call me Mayor, madam. Look, they can't help the way they are. It's a lack of breeding, you know. Overbreeding, you ask me.
Again, Muellers? They're elder cats, the island originals. They can't speak the way we can, hence the derogatory term Muellers. And how are they to blame exactly?
Well, if we knew that, there'd be no need for this elaborate kidnapping. Don't you mean catnapping? Heyo. It's hardly proving to be a roaring success after all. Oh, well, excuse me for not helping a bunch of fucking cats.
Look, Kara, all we really know is we're no longer safe on this here island. The elders live within the danger zone are hostile towards us. Not sure why, it's just always been like that. And now, because cats are being taken, nowhere else is safe neither. You'd expect the occasional mishap. We live in an undomesticated world here after all. But lately, cats been disappearing almost every day.
Even the last human we catified went missing.
I'm sorry, what? Let's not open wounds, Kibbles.
Yes, onward and upward.
Well, first things first. This werecat thing?
Catification. Transition.
Whatever. How does it work?
Time passes, and then you transform into a cat.
Yeah. It's a gradual process.
And it's different for everyone. You won't just turn overnight. The clock is ticking, however.
The first side effect of the transition is being able to understand us. Well, some of us.
Not the elders, obviously.
Not the domestics, neither.
Then you have this whole heart and senses thing. The increased agility, the crazy body hair stuff.
Let's not worry the human with all the details just yet.
I assume there's an antidote? Afraid you're gonna be disappointed in that assumption. Hang on, you said there was someone else who you'd put in this position?
Well, let's hope you're better than they were.
Fortunately, they weren't able to discover an antidote or get our friends back.
I know where their notes are, though.
Really?
Trade.
Huh?
You help us, I'll give you their progress reports.
What you say, Kara? You gonna help us? Of course I'm gonna help the kitties. Not much of a choice, really, is it? Afraid not. Okay, fine. So where do I start? Is there anything you can tell me that will help me track down your missing friends?
Will no one listen to sense? Start with the Muellers. I'll lose my hat if it doesn't end there, too.
Oh, don't mind him. He's just set in his ways. We have every reason to believe the abductions take place in your part of the island. Yeah, ain't nowhere near the danger zone nor the elders.
Well, that doesn't make much sense now, does it?
But I suppose nothing would around this place.
My cat log starts beeping.
Oh, my alarm! I have to get to work.
You run along now. We don't want you arousing suspicions with your people. You can meet with us later.
I'll make sure those reports are in your tent for this evening.
Why does he look high as fuck right now?
Thanks, Kara. You're 1 in a million.
I imagine the odds are far greater than that, given your new health status.
Go. And thanks from all of us. Okay, bye-bye, my kitties. I love you.
Okay, cool. Well, now that I've officially been given a divine quest by a group of fine felines, I'm going to draw this episode to a close. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate if you like that. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Be sure to tune next week for more cat dating with yours truly. I'll see you guys then.